So living a private life in our day and age is more important now than ever. Our society has become consumers, and whenever they see people doing well for themselves, it may trigger a negative emotion within themselves, and as a result they could start having negative energy towards your life, wishing on your downfall, etc. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly how to live a private life in 2023.
I thought you would be mine this Christmas. Rain, rain, rain.
And the importance of becoming mysterious and basically stop oversharing. Okay, period. So this is kind of like a follow-up video from my video I done on lessons we can learn from Shanquella Robinson's tragedy. So I did kind of like cover the basics of privacy in that video. I wanted to make privacy a separate topic in itself where we could just sit down, talk about it, get some tips, learn, and become private individuals, because this life is getting more ghetto than ever and it's very important to become more private than ever. The definition of privacy is a state in which one is not observed or disturbed by other people. And then the definition of mysterious is being difficult or impossible to understand, explain, or identify. I absolutely love both of those definitions, and I think those definitions are literally spot on. Why I say it's important to have a private life is because when we share the ins and outs of our lives with others, it gives people access to include their irrelevant 2 cents into your life. When you're sharing like personal stuff, people then feel like they have the right, the audacity to give their opinion, and it's like, who asked you? At the end of the day, we all have our own lives and you can do as you please, but these are essentially reasons why I want to start living a private life. Well, I kind of already have. I've never really been out there. Even the fact that I have a YouTube channel is very absurd and random because of how private I am. But YouTube as a platform in itself is really good and I make money from this, so I'm not exactly gonna give up. I don't make money off of Instagram and Snapchat, so y'all won't catch me there. Except the Thriving Boss Hub. My business is on this, so go follow my business. But if it's about me, I'm private. My account is private for a reason. So if you are someone who currently overshares, what you can start to do is slowly reduce the amount of times you post. I think this is something, if you're looking to do this in a long term, which I obviously recommend you doing, it's important you start easing off rather than suddenly ghosting. Because what can happen is if you suddenly ghost, you might ghost for a few months and then come back and start oversharing again, and then what's the point? This is a lifestyle. Being private is a lifestyle, okay? Privacy chose us, we didn't choose it. Actually, we chose it, dude. But you get my point here. It's something that you want to do on a daily basis. So if you know you're someone who posts a lot on your story and you post stuff that like we both know people don't care for, like let's sit down and let's really deep it. People are not here to really care about the ins and outs of your lives like that. And of course, like I said, you can stop us if you feel like you want to, but I'm just giving straight facts. Accounts are public, private them. If you're not using your social media accounts to build a following and to build a brand, an actual personal brand off of it and make money in the long term, private your account. There's really no need for it to be public if you're trying to live a private life. Only the people that are significant to you should have access to your social media accounts, even though you're not going to be posting like that, but you get the gist. Your account doesn't need to be public if you know private life is what you want to do. For me personally, I'll give an example. I've been using this example a lot recently, but platforms such as Snapchat, I'm really going to stop using and cutting out because I don't gain any monetary value from it. I don't make money off of it. I don't even people's stories. So it's like, it's just an app that's wasting. The only thing I do like about the app is the whole memories concept and recording short form videos. I think that's really cool. But besides that, using it for my own personal like growth and seeing like old videos of myself when I was younger and the progression, I'm not using it to post anymore. Like, I don't know if you know about the whole like tradition with Snapchat and like when it's your birthday, you post yourself and you look cute and this. I was like, I'm not doing that anymore because what is the actual point? It's not like these people that are saying happy birthday to you are speaking to you on an everyday basis. So why am I also contributing to this tradition? Private your accounts and reduce the amount of posts you make on your social media platforms. So the second tip is to remove any followers that you don't know, that you're not cool with, that don't add any value to your life. Now, I know there's this whole general consensus of, you know, if you're not on good terms with someone anymore, you should keep them as followers, and then when you are, you know, doing your thing, you can stun on these haters. But you know what, they don't even deserve access to you at your best self, if I'm being very honest with you. Go through your following list and see if there's anyone that you could really just remove. I like Instagram's feature because you'll remove someone that you're following and you can also remove them as followers. I think that's really cool because it saves the pettiness of they're still following you but you're not following them back. I'd rather I don't follow you and you don't follow me, and that's just that. Like, let's just boom. So I'd highly recommend going through your social media platforms and having an inventory check. Next tip is to be selective with the information you share with people. So this doesn't just include social media, this is real life as well. This is within the workplace, even school. You have to be really careful in the information you share, and this is something that I continuously learn as I grow in my 20s. A lot of people do not have your best interest at heart, and most importantly, places like work, your work colleagues are not your friends. They are not your work friends. Don't be sharing them your personal business. Don't be sharing what you got up to over the weekend. If they ask how's your weekend, you tell them good. If they ask what did you get up to, you said you was at home reading a book. And if they think you're boring, then that's their own business and that's their own problem. Because 9 times out of 10, when you overshare information that really shouldn't be shared, sometimes in the long term people can use it against you, and it can be their kind of way of having power over you, which isn't cool, isn't nice. But this is exactly why it's important that you don't overshare information. Don't be sharing your dating life. Don't be sharing what's going on with different friendships. Like, if you're not cool with someone, one of your friends, say if you guys have an argument, you stop talking, you're not cool, don't then just go and tell your other friend what's happened. You could just be like, we don't talk anymore, and leave it at that. If you now then spread the drama, you never know, that person can then go back to the other friend and be like, oh my gosh, said person was talking all about you, this and that. Then you're screwed. Now you're stuck in a mix because you opened your mouth and shared. So don't. Okay, so the next tip isn't directly linked to being private, but it's just like a general tip that does contribute towards helping you learn how to just stop worrying about other people's lives. That is to reduce the amount of content you're consuming online, reduce the amount of times you're going out to see people where they're going to be sharing their information, and you're going to be in the position where you would have to tell your information so that there's a conversation and dialogue going. Just reduce this. I feel like in general in social media there's just such an overproduction of content, and it can be very draining. In some forms it can make you feel like you have to then share your information and you create content. When I use these different points and examples, I'm always talking on the basis of you're not doing it to build a personal brand or to be an influencer or whatnot. If you're building a personal brand and you know you're going to have some sort of monetary gain in the future, you better be posting. But if you know that that's not what you want to do and you literally post just for the sake of it, girl, forget about it. Don't worry. They don't need to see you shine. You just shine in your own life, okay? Share it with the few people that deserve to see it. I do not go out of my way to view people's stories or to engage with a lot of their posts because I don't really know. I've always kind of been that type of person. Like, I never really read anyone's stories. I don't know whether it's a thing or I just don't care. But I kind of just don't care. So I don't see the point of even reading a story that I don't care for. And that's not to say that I'm only bringing people's stories that I care about. I don't pre anyone's stories, the people that I do care about and the people I don't. Like, I just don't feel like it's adding any value in my life. If you need to talk to me and we're cool, we're friends, you got my number, you can message me. I don't need to see your story because 9 times out of 10, stories are constructively built, and so everything's done strategically. It's not a genuine kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically like someone's story is going to be because 9 times out of 10 they probably want a certain person to pre it. They want to make sure they're looking cute for a certain group of people or a certain individual or whatnot. So with all that being said, why do I need to Why am I consuming that? That story's not for me anyway. So it makes no sense. When I give all these tips and stuff, I'm not saying it from a judgmental standpoint, girl. I used to do all of this rubbish as well. So I'm learning. As I'm learning, I'm sharing so we can progress together, because there's no point of me progressing by myself. Let's progress together. I'm going on a tangent again. I do that a lot. And my final tip is to just start putting yourself first and stop making yourself so accessible to everyone. A lot of the times, if you're someone who is a people pleaser, you're a recovering people pleaser or whatnot, a lot of the times we overshared to people because we just wanted to make them happy. We didn't want conversations to be awkward. Whatever the case may be, it was a thing where we would always end up sharing a bit too much information for someone else's benefit rather than ours. And we need to come to a point where, you know what, you don't have to be selfish, but it's a thing where you have to put yourself first, in the sense of, I'm not going to share this in order to make someone else feel comfortable. I also do not want to say I'm always available, because I'm not always available. Even if you are available, don't present yourself to always be available. Don't always be available for that date. Don't always be available for that link up. Sometimes just keep to yourself. Obviously, don't be closed up in your room for years and years and have no social life, because that's not healthy either. But learn to be a little bit more protective over your time, your energy, and accessibility. Don't make yourself accessible to everyone, okay? Especially my fellow people pleasers, because I am one of those. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I keep saying this because I ain't pleasing nobody no more. I'm done, okay? But guys, that was it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, girl, my hair is moving cray-cray right now. What is going on? Yeah. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and you subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.